Now at 9, a local farm is honoring service members in a special way. Find out how.
Plus, you don't see this every day. Muncie's Exotic Pet Expo is back in town. We'll take a look.
Could the entertainment industry start moving again? WGA has reached an agreement on a strike deal. Find out what it entails.
And we have some showers as well as maybe some storms on the way. I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
Delaware County's only live television newscast from Ball State University's Unified Media Newsroom. You're watching NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening and thanks for being with us. I'm Mira Bloomer.
And I'm Morgan Fisher.
Landis Farms is hosting some fall fun, including a 10-acre corn maze, pumpkin patch, hay rides, and baked goods.
NewsLink Indiana's Isaiah Mendina reports from the farm where one other attraction has a deeper purpose.
The fall fun of the farms has playgrounds, jams, pumpkin patches, tasty treats, and their 10-acre corn maze. This year's corn maze is special as farmer Jesse Landis commemorates 50 years since the last combat troops left South Vietnam. The outline is inspired by the Three Soldiers Memorial in Washington, D.C.
You will see a monument with these three men, and that monument will be facing the black wall. And these three men that are in that are, one is Latino, one is African American, and one is white.
Landis wants to make sure Vietnam veterans are not forgotten, since many of them, especially people of color, were treated poorly after the war.
And it was not a situation where, well, I'm of one race, you're of another. They all fought together. They hung in there together to help each other, to take care of each other, because when you're in a war like that, or any war, that's what it's all about, is taking care of each other so that you can all get back home.
As part of this event, Landis Farms had its Salute to Veterans Day. Veterans received free admission and enjoyed the peaceful scenery of the farm.
We did a maze dedicated to Desmond Doss from World War II. There was emotion that ran deep, emotion from his son who attended, emotion from some of his friends that came with him from the West Coast.
Landis hopes you bring the family, learn, enjoy the season, and remember. In Daleville, Isaiah Medina, NewsLink, Indiana.
You can visit Landis Farms Sunday through Friday from noon to 6 p.m. Admission is $5.
This past Sunday, the Muncie Exotic Pet Expo showcased dozens of rare animals and plants at the fairgrounds. NewsLink Indiana's Sophie Schick has the details.
For many Indiana Hoosiers like myself, the most exotic animals we really ever see are rabid squirrels and a wild turkey if you're lucky. But here today at the Delaware County Fairgrounds, the Muncie Exotic Pet Expo has come to change that. Hosting over 20 vendors bi-monthly, community members can come see a wide array of animals, from 6-inch-long snakes to 6-foot-tall camels. I spoke with show promoter Ron Billingsley to learn more about what kind of animals I could expect to see here.
This is a hobbyist event. People who like exotic animals, mainly reptiles, but as the show grew, we started taking in exotic mammals, tropical birds, small animals we call pocket pets, which are guinea pigs, hamsters, gerbils, stuff like that.
Not only can you see the exotic pets, but you can also touch some of them too.
My name is Ren. I'm just a local Ball State student. I'm here visiting today to meet some exotic creatures, and today I have Carmela here with me.
A portion of the expo is dedicated solely to showcasing the animals that some vendors may have, but there are also opportunities to buy exotic pets, supplies, and souvenirs of your own. The Exotic Pet Expo is a great way to expose yourself to something new, and who knows, you might even walk home with something. In Muncie, Sophie Schick, NewsLink, Indiana.
Actually, Mira, this weekend was my first time ever holding a snake, and it was quite exciting.
Wow, I bet. I could never do that, but I did see some turtles in there, so I would definitely love to hold a baby turtle. Now let's pass it to Oliver with weather.
Well, those exotic animals might have been in Muncie, but we aren't seeing too many exotic temperatures here in Muncie. But we might be seeing some showers and storms as we make through these coming days. Looking at these current temperatures, though, 61 degrees in Muncie, 74 in Indianapolis, and in those upper 60s to lower 70s throughout the region. Now again, we were seeing just at average today. 76 was the recorded high. Average high is around 76, and we might be getting back into the 80s as we get into the rest of the week. But we are going to be seeing some rain, and we are going to be seeing some fall leaves change. And I'll have all that and more in my full forecast.
The Writers Guild of America says it has reached a tentative agreement with major film and television studios. This aims to end a nearly 5-month-long strike and restart many productions that have been halted since May 2nd. The WGA calls the new deal, quote, exceptional with meaningful gains and protections for writers. The union could authorize members to work as early as Tuesday, even before the agreement is officially ratified.
The U.S. has 5 days until the deadline on a government shutdown, and Washington, D.C. is preparing for the worst.
But if a shutdown does in fact happen, many government areas will be affected. John Lawrence joins us from Washington with how you could be affected.
Congress has until Saturday to make a deal to keep the government funded, but members from both parties aren't feeling optimistic.
If we have a government shutdown, which I'm sad to say at this point looks likely, it will be because there are a couple dozen Republican members at least who want a government shutdown.
GOP Rep. Tim Burchett of Tennessee is among those holding his ground.
The American public knows what we're up to, and they're sick and tired of it. That's why folks like me, we're sticking to our guns, and all of a sudden we're the bad guys because we want to balance our budget.
Should the shutdown occur, nearly 4 million federal employees will be affected immediately, including the non-essential workers being furloughed until the shutdown is over. It would also have a snowball effect across the U.S., including the Bureau of Labor Statistics not releasing financial data, which would make it hard for the Federal Reserve and investors to figure out the economy. And the White House says travel will be affected as well by air traffic controllers and TSA workers not getting paid to work. While there are discussions about how to keep things running,
let's pass a 30 to 60-day continuing resolution. Let's make sure it's not loaded up.
It appears to be an uphill battle.
You can't keep spending $7 trillion when you're only taking in $5 trillion. That just doesn't work.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Over half of American workers surveyed say their salary isn't enough to cover their cost of living. That's even as inflation eases from 4-decade highs. A Bank of America survey reveals 67% of employees say the cost of living is outpacing growth in their salary and wages. The average family is spending $700 more on a monthly basis on the same goods and services compared to 2 years ago, according to Moody's Analytics.
After the break, student loan payments are due on October 1st.
Plus, Taylor Swift spotted at a Chiefs game, why the world was talking.
I love you!
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clarkshire athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just...
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back. This October will be the first time in over 3 years that student loan payments are due.
The Biden administration is implementing an on-ramp period that will stop borrowers' late payments from being reported to national credit rating agencies. Due to this, credit scores will not be decreasing from defaulting. Interest will still be active, but borrowers will able to skip payments without facing the harsh financial consequences for the next 12 months.
Starting in 2024, Uber Eats will accept food stamps from their customers. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, is the main company who is supporting shoppers. They provide food benefits to those who have low income. Uber Eats made this change to give better opportunities to those without access to fresh groceries. The company is working on expanding their payment methods to also allowing flexible account cards and flex cards. There was no lucky jackpot winner in Saturday night's Powerball drawing. It is now worth an estimated $785 million, according to the lottery. This makes the prize the fourth largest in history, which is only surpassed by jackpots over $1 billion. The odds of winning the jackpot are 1 in about 292 million, according to the lottery. The next Powerball draw is Monday night. Pop star Taylor Swift was seen at the Kansas City Chiefs game on Saturday. She was watching from Travis Kelce's family suite with his mother. The tight end has been theorized to be interested in Swift since he went to her Eras Tour in July. Although their relationship status has not been officially confirmed, the pair was seen leaving the game together.
And we're trying to shake off this drought, see when the next bout of rain is going to be after the break.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Emotes say a lot, but they can't say it all. Think your guildmate is struggling? Try these dialogue options. Go beyond emotes. Check in with your guildmates at seizetheawkward.org.
Every day,
Millions of people are connecting
and even though we're overcoming obstacles,
watching each other's backs,
and banding together.
we should still make an effort.
We should still make an effort
to get to know each other,
on a deeper level. Father,
cosplayer,
mentor,
actor.
it's time we take a step forward
It's time we take a step forward,
come together,
and discover
how accepting our differences
can make us stronger.
If you grew up in a time where malls were a popular hangout spot, you may remember Anderson's long-gone Mounds Mall. In this story we found from the NewsLink Indiana Vault, we see that at one time, millions of dollars were invested for a new movie theater.
Workers scurried around the new 10-theater cinema in Anderson's Mounds Mall, getting ready for its opening today.
We have the biggest, fattest, nicest theater around.
Construction began last fall in JCPenney's old mall spot, but there's still a lot of work to be done.
The butter mats will need to be right next to the popcorn warmers. Yeah.
The best part about this theater's grand opening is free movies and concessions while workers put finishing touches on the theater, and moviegoers are asked to mind the dust.
I'd be really concerned if we were opening tomorrow charging. You know?
Each theater has digital sound and over $1 million worth of imported German projectors, but the theater is bringing in more than movie lovers.
just the theater alone creates more jobs.
49 jobs to be exact, and managers hope more stores will be attracted to the mall.
And Mounds needs their mall back. They've been waiting for this, so I think this is what they need.
So I'm stoked. It's beautiful. I mean, look at it. It's all new, and just our mall needs something, and we finally got it.
In Anderson, Alyssa Ivinson, NewsLink, Indiana.
Now, I did see that there's supposed to be some rainy days this week, and that is perfect time to go to the movies.
I'm so excited. It makes me think about Twilight, and I'm so excited to wear sweatshirts and stuff. And now we're gonna pass it to Oliver.
Well, we are definitely going to be seeing that rain. Not sure if it makes me think about Twilight, but hey, I completely get it. Love the movies. Looking at these current temperatures, 61 degrees in Muncie, 74 in Indianapolis, and throughout the 60s in most of the area. Current radar, we saw those clouds move out of the way earlier today, and we are left with a pretty clear sky for tonight. Low near 60 degrees, winds coming from the southeast around 5 miles per hour. Now tomorrow, we start to see those winds pick up, and we also start to see cloud cover increase in front of some rain that will be affecting the area as we move into tomorrow night as well as Wednesday. So looking here, 8 a.m., 60 degrees, warming up to 79 degrees by 5 p.m. And that's when we do expect the first bout of rain to come into our area. Looking at the precision cast, timing out when we are going to be seeing that rain. Again, start to see more of the widespread stuff in the later afternoon hours, early evening hours. We might also be seeing some pockets of some more thunderstorms here, as we can see just above Indianapolis, some more yellows and oranges. And as we move this forward, we start to see another line of storms and showers come into Muncie early on Wednesday, and we start to see, a couple rumbles of thunder, maybe even some lightning. Most likely nothing too serious, but we do have a marginal risk from the SPC, and we need this rain. We are currently at the 5th driest September on record, about 2 inches lower than what we normally see at this point in time in September. We've only gotten 0.41 inches of rain so far this September. So hopefully this rain's not going to be a washout, but it might just be what we need to get out of at least that top 10 driest Septembers on record. Currently though, we are in a drought. Most of Indiana is abnormally dry, but here in East Central, we are seeing those moderate droughts, especially here in Delaware County. And that, again, that rain will hopefully decrease that drought monitor. As we can see, we will definitely hopefully begin that rain. But another thing that the drought is causing is the leaves. The fall leaves usually just makes Ball State's campus look absolutely beautiful, and we are seeing them turn a lot earlier than what we normally do see. Usually peak is near late October. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that bumped up a little bit due to the drier conditions that we've been seeing around the area, and those leaves will start to fall faster due to those drier conditions. But again, we've got that rain here on the 7-day. Tuesday PM 70% chance, Wednesday 80% chance. Again, might be seeing some of those storms. Warms up as we move into the weekend, back into the 80s under sunny conditions, but those lows dropping back to fall-like lows. So a little bit above average, but I am very excited for that rain.
Oh, for sure. It gives you a reason to stay in bed, and man, do I love movies.
Yeah, there you go.
Now let's toss it to Jake with sports.
One Ball State program hits a roadblock, and another looks to get back on track. All this and more, next in sports.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
After retiring from the NFL, I've been able to spend a lot more time coaching my daughter's basketball teams. It's something I love to do. Through our games and our tournaments, we see all types of coaching, good and bad. And it begs the question, do we really know who's coaching our kids? Do they have the proper training and screening it would take for me to be comfortable with my daughters playing for that coach? Our Youth Basketball Association made the decision to use trusted coaches to screen and train all of our coaches. I'm a trusted coach. Are you?
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously? Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Jake Dickman with sports. Ball State football back at home again this past Saturday to take on the Georgia Southern Eagles. The Cardinals high into the matchup off a decisive win at home in Schumann over the Indiana State Sycamores just last week. On the opposing sideline, the Eagles soar into the contest 2-1 on the year. Their one loss to the Wisconsin Badgers in Madison. The Eagles come out of the gates on fire and score 2 touchdowns within the first 7 minutes of the game. Ball State finds themselves in an early hole with no answers to be found and move into the half down 23-0. It's more of the same in the second half as Georgia Southern continues to pour it on in front of a frustrated Cardinal crowd. The Cardinals' lone scorer on the day hits home off a 23-yard Jackson Corville field goal in the game's final minutes as the Cards fall in an abysmal 40-3 final. Ball State will look to get back on track this Saturday as they open up Maction on the road at Western Michigan. Kickoff for that game is set for 3:30 p.m. in Kalamazoo. To stay on the gridiron, Caden Samanza is a true freshman quarterback for Ball State football and is in the midst of a big change of geography. NewsLink Indiana's Dakota Atwood got a chance to walk and talk with the new Cardinal QB.
This week, I got a chance to catch up with Ball State quarterback Caden Samanza on his transition from California life to Midwest life.
With Caden Samanza, Ball State quarterback, being a California kid, what's it like knowing some of the greatest quarterbacks of all time came out of the state of California?
It's pretty dope. Growing up, I wasn't always a quarterback, so when I jumped into that in high school, being around all those kind of guys, Mark Sanchez, Jordan Palmer, being around the draft training guys, being around Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, just seeing what it looks like, it really helped my growth and improvement as a quarterback.
And transitioning from California to the Midwest, was there kind of a culture shock? And then football, what was it like playing California high school football to Midwest Division I football?
For sure, culture shock. Growing up in California, the stereotypical sunny and 75 all year round, doesn't get much better than that coming from home, but it was for sure good to get me out here. Was I shocked in the winter? For sure, yeah. First time seeing real snow like that, yeah, but it was something I needed for sure. And, coming from California and that level of high football really helped me be prepared for the college level. Coming here, being pretty much adjusted to the speed off a rip when I came here in the spring, Of course, I still had more to learn, but it helped me for sure.
Caden and the Cardinals look to respond to the loss against Georgia Southern next week in MAC conference play. From Schumann Family Indoor Practice Facility, Dakota Atwood, NewsLink, Indiana.
Ball State women's volleyball looks to file more matches into the win column as Mid-American Conference play begins. NewsLink Indiana's Dylan Selke gets the inside scoop on the mindset of the squad.
A big night in Worthen, the 1,000th win in program history to kick off Maction for the Cards.
It's awesome. I was just talking to our team. I think it just really speaks to the success of this program and how far we've been able to come.
The historic win couldn't have came at a better time, with Ball State sitting at a 3-8 record going into conference play after their near month-long stretch of road games.
It takes a lot of mental toughness to make sure that you're not just looking at the result. I think oftentimes you can get caught up on that, but it's about the process and it's about what you're learning along the way and how we're growing from that.
After a 7-game losing streak, head coach Kelly Miller-Phillips believes the experience gained through those tough matches will help prepare the Cards for what's to come.
Oh, it's going to be huge. The more experience you get playing in tough environments, playing against great competition, playing in tight sets, that's just going to help you the next time you're in that.
This team has resilience and is starting to tally up the win column with 2 sweeps against Central Michigan late last week. The excitement is being felt in the locker room as Maction begins.
It's all we've been talking about in the locker room. You know, we want to come out and make a statement and dominate, and it's all we've been thinking about and talking about. So to come out in 2 sweeps, it's been a great feeling. We're excited and we're ready to get back in the gym and start working.
The vibes are high, L's are being served, and the target is still in sight.
Our goals remain the same. Our goal is to win the MAC tournament. Our goal is to win the regular season and to be an NCAA tournament team.
The Cards look to clip the wings of the Eagles as they travel to Eastern Michigan for a doubleheader this weekend. In Muncie, Dylan Selke, NewsLink, Indiana.
Of course, a weekend of mixed emotions, a 40-3 loss in football, but that one of those wins against Central Michigan, the 1,000th win in program history, which is great.
For sure. I've always loved to watch volleyball, and it's my college, so I absolutely love the win.
As a freshman here, it's so exciting to see how good our volleyball team is getting.
After the break, Emma Matlock joins us for our campus coverage.
Plus, we'll take one final look at our forecast. Stay with us.
I love you!
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clarkshire athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, there are real threats to press freedom
Reaching residential areas.
and your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late, understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Hey guys, it's me, Isabella Gomez, filling in for Smokey Bear because he's got more to say than just,
Only you can prevent wildfires.
like, if you're outside enjoying a barbecue, don't let a hamburger distract you from fire safety. Make sure you aren't dumping your hot coals or ashes onto the ground because that could start a wildfire. So take wildfire prevention seriously and let's save the world one day at a time. Juntos con Smokey Bear, podemos hacerlo. Go to smokeybear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. My name is Emma Matlock, and this is your campus coverage. You might have seen some yellow pinwheels and yard signs in front of the Art and Journalism building a couple of weeks ago, but these pinwheels are more than just decorations. They represent National Suicide Prevention Week, and they were put up by the Health Promotion and Advocacy Office. According to the CDC, in 2021, suicide was responsible for over 48,000 deaths. The CDC also says that data from 2022 show that suicide deaths increased by 2.6% between 2021 and 2022.
Last year, I just felt like we needed to be doing some mental health education on campus, and so knowing that suicide is a pretty stigmatized topic, it's really tough to talk about. We didn't feel like we should be doing a tabling in the atrium or the student center.
For more information on the Health Promotion and Advocacy Office, you can visit them in the Health Center in room 201.
Thank you, Emma. Before we go, let's take one final look at weather.
Well, again, we do have those rain chances Tuesday night moving into Wednesday. Temperature drops a little bit as well. Lows continue to drop as we move through the week, but we do start to see some more sun. Temperatures returning to the 80s over the weekend and some clearing as we go into next week. Now, again, that rain will hopefully get us out of the drought that we have been experiencing for the past couple of weeks. And hopefully it won't be too much of a washout, but we could be seeing some storms with that system.
That's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana, and be sure to join us again tomorrow night at 9, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And for news anytime, anywhere, go to ballstatedaily.com. Have a great night.